I like it. No! That's a good philosophy. No! No! No!
That's your new philosophy, huh?
Yes! I mean, no!
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest Broadway songs.
And then out of nowhere, he just starts singing?
Yes!
Well, that is the stupidest thing that I have ever heard.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most comical tracks from across the musical theater genre. What song do you listen to when you need a laugh? Give us a chuckle in the comments. Number 10, It Sucks to Be Me, Avenue Q.
Morning, Brian. How's life?
Disappointing.
What's the matter?
When I was little, I thought I would be
What?
a big comedian on late night TV.
Nothing says welcome to the neighborhood quite like your new neighbors competing over who has it worse. This original and amusing song introduces the characters and also helps set up the show's adult comedy tone.
And as you know, I have a gigantic heart, so why don't I have a boyfriend? It sucks to be me.
Me too.
Despite the Sesame Street-style puppets and cheerful melody, this track establishes that Avenue Q is definitely not for children.
It sucks to be me.
No, it sucks to be me.
It sucks to be me.
It sucks to be me. Is there anybody here it doesn't suck to be?
Robert Lopez and Jeff Marks' song is effortlessly humorous and funnier still if you find any of its content relatable.
Welcome to Avenue Q.
After this stellar melody, we were definitely ready to laugh at tunes about girlfriends that live in Canada.
I love her, I miss her, I can't wait to kiss her, so soon I'll be off to Alberta. I mean Vancouver. Shit, her name is Alberta, she lives in Vancouver, she's my girlfriend.
Number 9, I Don't Understand the Poor, A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
I hate to dash your futile little hopes, but to pay your sixpence and stay behind the ropes.
This track provides a little insight into the Central Dysquith family and their immense wealth.
For those who doubt death can be funny, we're here to tell you it can.
Through hilarious means and uproarious scenes, he eviscerates all of his clan.
During the show, we meet Earl Lord Adelbert Dysquith. After expelling our protagonist Monty from the ancestral library, he shares his frustrations about poor people with the audience.
Though my politics are purely democratical, though I find the species frankly problematical. Oh, I don't understand the poor. No, I don't understand the poor.
He sees poverty as nothing more than a silly life choice. He honestly believes solving the problem is as simple as people just striving to do better.
I must confess, don't understand the poor. How I long for the days of yore, when many a vessel stepped into your castle, they knew not to darken your door.
Not only does his out-of-touch nature make it funny, but a chorus of portraits also add to the hilarity and absurdity of the performance. If he'd been a little kinder to the poor, his story would have had a happier ending. At least we're content with this comedic song.
I don't understand.
I don't understand. I
don't understand. The poor don't understand.
Really, I don't.
Number 8. Brush Up Your Shakespeare, Kiss Me Kate.
The girls today in society go for classical poetry. So to win their hearts one must quote with ease Aeschylus and Euripides.
In the musical's second act, a pair of gangsters find themselves unexpectedly in the spotlight with no choice but to improvise. They somehow stay on theme with the show within a show by singing about how a thorough knowledge of Shakespeare's work can be majorly attractive to ladies.
Just declaim a few lines from a fella, and she'll think you're a hell of a fella. If your blonde won't respond when you flatter her, tell her what Tony told Cleopatra.
The song's filled with witty double entendres centering around the bard's best-known plays and characters. We really have to give credit to Cole Porter here. Not only is the song incredibly amusing, but it's exceptionally clever too.
Brush up your Shakespeare, and the women you will wow. If your girl is a Washington Heights dream, treat the kid to a Midsummer's Night Dream.
It's no surprise that the gangsters returned for 2 more verses. The audience and us simply couldn't get enough of this comedic excellence.
And they'll all cow as budget.
Gentlemen, thou art divine.
Number 7. Haben Sie gehört das Deutsche Band? AKA, Have You Heard the German Band? The Producers.
Halt! Halt! No, no, no! This man could never play Adolf Hitler!
While the Third Reich might not seem obvious comedy material, the producers prove they could find a funny side to anything. They team up with playwright and sympathizer Hans Liebken and harness his ode to a certain grim leader. Frustrated with an actor's take on the character during auditions, the writer jumps in and performs this satirical number himself.
Haben Sie gehört, das Deutsche Band? Bitte bang, bitte boom, bitte bing bang bing bang boom.
The lyrics are pretty nonsensical. The words essentially serve to celebrate an exaggerated cliché of German music, or at least what the writers deem to be traditional sounds from the country.
It don't mean a thing if it ain't got the Schweigen, Bleiken, Schunten, Schutten, Schwatzen, Sauerbraten!
Despite the controversial subject matter, it's a pretty catchy and entertaining song. Hans's performance is so compelling and defensive that he lands the leading role.
It's the only kind of music that we Hans und our Hannes love to sing. That's a Hitler!
Number 6. Master of the House, Les Miserables.
My band of soaks, my den of dissolutes, my dirty jugs.
Very few musicals need comic relief more than a certain famous show that literally has miserable in its title. Luckily for audiences, Alain Boublil and Claude Michel Schoenberg delivered in a big and memorable way.
When it comes to fixing prices, there are lots of tricksy nows. We're all in creases, all in bits and pieces. Jesus, it's amazing how it grows. Master of the house, quick to catch your eye.
The show features the Thénardier, a seemingly hospitable innkeeper couple who use inventive ways to swindle their patrons. This song details their creatively criminal ongoings and provides some insight into their relationship.
Cunning little brain, regular Voltaire, thinks he's quite a lover, but there's not much. What a cruel trick of nature.
It also brings some much-needed levity to the story in the wake of Fantine's tragic storyline. In a show that's long and gets pretty bleak, it's nice to be able to laugh for a little while. Number 5. You'll Be Back, Hamilton.
You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay.
Written as a breakup anthem between Britain and the American colonies, this hilarious and iconic song carries a brilliant duality.
And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da.
On the one hand, King George III sounds like a loving and caring monarch, but there are lines that make it clear that he's also a creepy ex. Still, we love this British invasion number and its 2 subsequent follow-ups. And no, the British invasion double entendre is not lost on us either.
And ever and ever and ever you'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war for your love.
The juxtaposition of dark subject matter with a cheery tone never fails to make audiences chuckle. Of course, King George's outrageous stage presence only adds to the hilarity. Despite being the musical's most clear-cut villain, this song made the character a fan favorite. Number 4. Turn It Off, the Book of Mormon.
I got a feeling that you could be feeling a whole lot better than you feel today. You say you got a problem? Well, that's no problem.
There are plenty of solid contenders for funniest songs from the Book of Mormon. We could sit and laugh at You and Me, but mostly me. And honestly, Man Up is another gut-busting choice.
Taking the reins, I'm crossing the bear. Just like Jesus, I'm growing a pair.
However, we repressed our feelings about those and went in a different direction instead.
I thought about us on a deserted island. We'd swim naked in the sea, and then he'd try and, whoa, turn it off like a light switch.
Turn It Off mocks the tendency for people from strict religious backgrounds to bury their true emotions. Feeling guilty? Just turn it off. If you're overcome with sadness, turn it off. Feeling amorous? Well, you get the idea.
No, I'm not having gay thoughts.
All right! It worked!
It's supposedly as easy as switching off a light. However, we know the one thing we definitely can't turn off is our laughter from the opening line to the final note.
Turn it off!
Number 3. Diva's Lament. Whatever Happened to My Part. Spamalot.
It was exciting at the start. Now we're halfway through Act 2, and I have nothing yet to do.
Musical theater fans love a good send-up of the genre. Fortunately, Spamalot treated us to 2 whimsically meta musical numbers.
This is one unhappy diva. The producers have deceived her.
We adored that Sir Galahad and the Lady of the Lake shared a romantic duet about love song cliches.
Where is it? Where?
A sentimental song that casts a magic spell. They all will hum along. We'll overact like hell.
But about halfway through Act 2, the lady's back and she ain't happy.
To here with frustration and with fears. I've no Grammy, no rewards. I've no Tony Awards.
The character breaks the fourth wall to complain about her lack of stage time. Or is it actually the actor speaking out here? It certainly works on both levels. These lyrics were also notable for undergoing several rewrites.
It seems to me they've really lost the plot. Whatever happened to I'll call my agent, damn it!
In one amusing instance, adjustments were made following Sara Ramirez's Tony win. While the lady might not get enough stage time, she makes every moment count. Number 2. G. Officer Krupke, West Side Story.
Dear kindly Sergeant Krupke, you gotta understand, it's just our bringing up key that gets us out of hand.
After yet another altercation with the authorities, the Jets sing this witty commentary on social and class issues.
Gee, Officer Krupke, we're very upset. We never had the love that every child ought to get. We ain't no delinquents, we're misunderstood. Deep down inside us there is good.
The opening Dear mocks the self-important Krupke right from the start, and creates a great framing device for them to work in. Throughout the upbeat tune, the gang proceeds to show more awareness than any adult character by highlighting societal problems.
Hey, the opinion of this court, the boy's depraved that a county ain't at a normal home.
Hey, I'm depraved on account I'm deprived!
Despite its dark undertones, the cheeky performances from the Jets ensured that the song became one of musical theater's most amusing tracks.
Yes, Officer Krupke, you've done it again!
The late, great Stephen Sondheim initially planned to end with a couple of words that, let's just say, imperfectly rhyme with Krupp you. But he was reportedly glad to have stuck to the final version. We're fans of this humorous song's classic ending too.
Officer Krupke, Krupp you!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Sexy, Mean Girls. Karen Smith plans to change the world one sexy costume at a time.
I give you sexy corn. I can be who I want to be. Sexy. A sexy Quinn from Sexy Jaws catching sexy sharks.
Dentist, Little Shop of Horrors. Just try getting this song out of your head before your next dentist appointment.
Your temperament's wrong for the priesthood, and teaching would suit you still. Son, be a dentist. You'll be a success.
Love Is My Legs, Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. The only thing this song motivates us to do is laugh out loud.
Always there to strive in your socks, alive in your socks, no longer dejected, 2 feet resurrected, connected to legs which is stand up, come to me.
Getting Married Today, Company. Apparently, wedding jitters allow Amy to sing 68 words in just 11 seconds.
Listen, everybody, I'm afraid you didn't hear it. Do you want to see a crazy lady fall apart in front of you? It isn't only Paul who may be ruining his life. You know, both of us, he's losing our identities. I telephoned my analyst about it, and he said to see you Monday, but by Monday I'll be floating in the Hudson with the other garbage. I'm not well, so I'm not getting married. You've been swell, but I'm not getting married.
Shy, Once Upon a Mattress. These suitors were not prepared for Princess Winifred.
I've always been shy. I confess that I'm shy. Can't you guess that this confident air is a mask that I wear 'cause I'm shy?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Everybody ought to have a maid. A funny thing happened on the way to the forum.
Everybody ought to have a maid. Everybody ought to have a working girl. Everybody ought to have a lurking girl to potter around the house.
Perhaps the best farce to ever grace musical theater? A Funny Thing is one long, non-stop laugh fest. Among its funniest songs is this ode to the maid.
Everybody ought to have a maid. Someone who you hire when you're short of help, to offer you the sort of help you never get from a spouse.
On the surface, you might believe that it's just about the joys of having someone to keep house. But oh, how wrong you'd be. Sondheim's brilliant double entendre-filled lyrics are hysterical on their own. They're made even better by the actors' comical performances.
Oh, think of her at the dustbin, especially when she's just been traipsing about. Oh, wouldn't she be delightful living in, giving out? Everybody ought to have a maid.
This brash, saucy, and incredibly tongue-in-cheek song never fails to make us smile. Just don't be surprised if you struggle to hear the actors over the deafening sound of audience laughter. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.